So one of the things that I am going to do over the next several weeks is talk during the service briefly about some of the things of worship, the things that we see that we use that we just really never talk about. And you might wonder, well, why is Pastor wearing that or doing that, or why is that on the altar? What does that mean? What's that for? And so we're going to start today with, why am I wearing what I'm wearing? It's fashion show time. I won't take too long. So, you want to know what Pastor's wearing underneath his robe? Pants, a shirt, normal clothes. This robe, this white robe, is called an alb. And it comes from the Latin word albus, which means white. It is the white robe that we are all clothed with in holy baptism. It's the great unifier, if you will. All of us can wear the alb because you're baptized. That's our baptismal garment that we read about in Revelation, about those who were clothed in white, worshiping the Lamb. That's what this is. So it starts off as a reminder that I'm baptized. The second piece of vestment, if you will, is called a cincture. Now, I'm not wearing one. Anne is wearing one. Cincture just really means belt, and it's usually like a rope or a very, very fancy rope. I don't wear one because this alb was made to not wear a cincture, and also because I have a sound pack right here, and I never could get the cincture where I needed it. And so it looked silly, so I just don't wear one. So, but I have them if I don't fall behind the altar. This next vestment really has fallen into disuse. I wear it because it came with the set of vestments that I have, and it's called a maniple. And it was worn by subdeacons, deacons, and priests because it's a reminder that you are laboring for the Lord. It goes over your arm, but it's basically a towel, so you can to remind yourself that you're working, and by the sweat of your brow, and you would wipe your brow. All of these clothes have in their origin in basically the everyday street clothes in the Roman Empire at the time of Jesus. Toga, right? What everybody wore. Cloth to wipe your brow. If you were a Roman senator, your toga had a purple strip on it. Well, in the church, we have a stole, which in the Latin word is stola, and it signifies the ordained office. Now, if you are a deacon, as you would see Deacon Jim or Donna wearing them, they would wear it thusly. If you are a pastor or a bishop, you wear it like this. And it signifies the fullness of ministry. It also, we theologize it as being the yoke of Christ, that I'm under Christ's authority. It's not just what I think, it's what, I have to do what Christ tells us. And so that's what this stole is indicative of. I don't have to wear it I don't have to wear any of this to do my ministry. I mean, I've heard confessions with no stole on. I've baptized with no stole on. I've celebrated communion in shorts and a t-shirt. But these are here to help us look beyond Pastor Joey and look towards Christ. Because Christ is the one who baptizes. Christ is the one who forgives sins. Christ is the one who gives us his body and blood. So it helps us to look beyond the person and look to Christ. The last Eucharistic vestment is called a chasuble. It comes from the Latin word casula, and it kind of looks like a really large poncho, but if you think about it, ancient Roman days, that was your outer garment. It protected you from the elements. It kind of looked like a little house. If you took it apart, it kind of looked like a little tent. And so this is the final vestment that is worn for celebrating the Eucharist. Now, there are other vestments for different offices, like morning prayer and evening prayer. I would never wear this for Vespers or morning prayer. or to do any service that's not communion. There are other vestments that you would wear. For those, we can talk about those later. You have seen me wearing the cope, which is usually the same material as this, but it's like a big cape, and that's a processional garment. Usually when we used to do processions outside, it was to protect the clothes of the pastor or the bishop as they were processing around. But every single thing that we do in the church, all of the stuff up here and the things that we wear, it all tells a story. And it all helps to enflesh our theology, just like our hymns reflect our theology. We sing what we believe, well, and we wear to show what we believe as well, as we lead the divine service.